I have to imagine Tanner was watching this previous match, has been studying what he can do to break down Anthony's Thibaut strategy.
Yeah, Tanner did really well against multiple Thibaut users earlier today, so we're going to see some dominance. Ooh, good counter thrust by Anthony. Yeah, Tanner has a much more modern fencing style. It's very active, very moving.
So it touches from both fences there. Cameron looks. Oh.
Nice head tap.
Yeah, I saw a touch from Tanner. That you can see the head tap from Anthony.
Oh, very good. Very good exchange.
Rapier, of course, being wicked quick.
Anthony's feeling pretty confident in his ability to parry right now.
Yeah, that Thibaut grip giving him a lot of control authority over his sword. Kind of relatively having to move his sword much more to be able to defend the same amount.
Yeah, I believe that Anthony's sword is a heavier blade as well, which means it is more difficult for Tanner to move his self through.
Tanner just caught him on the center there with a thrust.
And that's going to be our first break. Oh, no, they have not called the time yet. There's the time call.
There we go. All right, we're going to see the scores here trickle in during our break. We got a replay of that last bit. We got going back and forth. You see the parry and riposte.
Yeah.
And looks like Tanner actually caught a hit there, maybe on the hand as he tried to deflect. Let's see that again.
I believe this is a different approach.
Oh, that was
nice cuts exchange.
And then thrust in.
Good
and
disengage.
And
yeah, Anthony landed a head strike there, a thrust in defense.
Yep. Oh, we got our scores coming in. A judge is saying for Tanner 4, 6, and 2 in FSC Tactics and Athletics. Then for Anthony Bonono, Judge A is saying a 6, a 7, and a 2. Judge B is giving Tanner a 2 in efficacy, a 4 in tactics, and a 4 in aesthetics. And then giving Anthony a 3 in efficacy, 4 in tactics, and 2 in aesthetics. Judge C is giving Tanner a 4 in efficacy, 5 in tactics, and 2 in aesthetics. And then Anthony a 6 in efficacy, 6 in tactics, and 4 in aesthetics.
Yeah, the final score for that first period is 11-13 in favor of Anthony, and both fighters have scored 1 double.
So Anthony with a slight lead advantage here.
Cut to the body. That is not going to be a scoring touch, but it will call a halt.
Anthony changing which lines he's defending here. Yeah. Trying to find a weakness in the Thibaut defense of Anthony. Looks like Anthony's height is helping him in 2 ways here. There's the range, of course, but also he's being able to protect the high line much stronger, just because that's where his shoulders are.
And he's got the leverage advantage, being as tall as he is as well.
I think Anthony is going to make a royal showing here. He's being very good on his defense, very careful. Just not letting Tanner land any of those probing strikes. And a cut to the head, maybe to the back.
I think there might have been a cut to the forearm, and that was what brought the halt.
Oh, that was
a cut to the hand.
I think I may have seen a thrust to the neck from Anthony before that.
Lightest tap to the glove. The glove or the hands are not a legal target in this system, so that will be ignored by the judges.
That was a beautiful cut to Tanner's arm by Anthony there.
10 seconds left to go. We'll see if Tanner...
Anthony clearly very tired. And two matches back to back, both of greater length. Getting some adjustments here from the judges. getting Judge A increasing Tanner's score on tactics and increasing Anthony's score on efficacy, otherwise leaving it the same. Like, Tanner is still going to have to gain some more points in order to beat Anthony here.
Yeah,
I don't think it's coming in.
No, I don't believe the points are coming in. I think Anthony is going to have this one pretty handedly. He definitely had control of the mount. Tanner lost a lot of efficacy by throwing attacks that were continuously being parried. Some of the judges have given Anthony a lower efficacy score, which is interesting choice. I guess he was not being terribly aggressive, and the few attacks that he did launch were not landing. Most of his attacks did seem to come as counters, which would be reflected by his tactics score, which is quite high.
Yeah. We have Anthony here with a good lead, 14 to 11.
Yeah. Yep.
With an average score of 14.3 compared to 11.3. That is a win for Anthony.
All right.
We have Ryan Sherman in red from Northwest Fencing Academy, and then Tanner Larson in blue from Rexburg.
Yes. Ryan was the #1 seed, so he is currently the favorite to win this tournament.
Yeah, previously interviewed on this stream. His favors another Thibaut fencer.
Oh, and Tanner does not need much more rest. We are going again. Yeah, Ryan's Thibaut style is very good. He's really controlled. He keeps his point in threat. He is really hard to get through.
We'll see if Tanner is able to do better against him, Ryan being a little bit shorter.
Earlier today, when their previous bout, Tanner was able to get some really good exchanges at the end by attacking the center line. So we'll see if he'll be able to pull off that feat again.
So far, Ryan looking...
Oh. There's our first double.
Yep.
Good exchange. Not a lot of rotation, a little flat.
A little pat to the top of the head.
Yeah.
Some viewers will recognize that move from Princess and the Bride.
Yes, I think that might be one of the disadvantages to the Thibaut system is that quick tap is going to be flat.
Did see a beautiful thrust from Ryan there. That was straight to the heart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh. And a good counter cut from Tanner.
I believe the tip landed on that, but I do not think the judges would have seen it, so I don't know if they're going to take that cut.
That would be a cut to the chest, which is not a scoring action.
It looked like it was tipped first, so that might still count from our perspective, but that's not necessarily what the judges saw.
With a very extended Thibaut stance there. Back and forth, and voids the head.
Exchange.
Still going.
Time. Yeah.
Wow, that is impressive. All right, that is our first break. So we'll get our scores dribbling in here now. We have from Judge A in FSC Tactics and Aesthetics 5, 6, and 4 respectively for Tanner, and then for Ryan we have 6, 6, 4. Judge B is entering their scores now. Judge B is giving Tanner a 6 in efficacy and compared to Ryan's 4.
Even in tactics.
Yeah, even in tactics, and then giving Ryan the advantage in aesthetics. See how Judge C comes in here.
We have a split decision from the judges here.
Judge C rating Ryan higher in efficacy.
And in tactics. So we have looks like we're going to have a 2-1 split between the judges. The average score coming
rating Ryan higher in aesthetics, though, meaning that Ryan is in the lead a bit, 12.7 to 14.
Yeah. This is still anyone's match. Tanner could bring it back if he's able to land a few more of those clean shots up the center. Definitely seems to be where he's got some strength, is just a good
Notably-
solid lunge.
Notably, all judges agree on one double. I think that's probably accurate.
Yes. So that will also come into play for determining who wins
look,
this
that-
pool.
That high guard.
And both fighters just taking their time.
Oh.
That very
Beautiful
clean touch
pick
by
to the
Ryan.
chest.
Oh, there's another double. Ryan's actually got to be careful. Even if he wins this bout, if he allows too many doubles to occur, it might cost him the gold medal at the end.
Oh,
Oh, that was
cut
a
to the-
good touch from Tanner.
Yeah, good thrust to the chin. One of those thrusts that really just has stopping power.
Yeah.
See if that causes any of the judges to adjust their score. Oh,
Oof,
good.
Another good head
Another
touch.
good thrust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think-
Tanner is definitely picking up the pace. He's
think-
definitely getting the advantage here.
Yeah, I think Tanner might get a lot of score adjustments in his favor.
Ooh. Soft touch to the elbow. Just enough to count.
Ryan sort of looking around here for an opening. Not finding much.
Oh.
Oh, and then
I
takes.
think that's a third double.
Oh, we got to be careful about the doubles in the second round. But yeah, we are getting. Looks like we are getting 3 doubles in agreement for the judges. Seeing efficacy adjustments right now.
Looks like
We've got a replay coming up.
High exchange, low cut, both missed, and then we have both fighters coming in to give extension. Oh, and very beautiful thrust, and then he parry the counter. Yeah, Tanner was able to really throw in some clean lunges.
Judge B is increasing their ratings for Tanner across the board, but both watching just in efficacy and tactics. And watching the Judge C come in has increased the efficacy score for Ryan and the tactics score,
Ooh,
and an increased in aesthetics for Tanner.
they are
Giving both fencers a 4 in aesthetics, and that's ideal. You love
that is the high score in aesthetics.
you love to see a match that's 4 aesthetics versus 4 aesthetics. Ryan narrowly beats out Tanner.
Northwest Fencing Academy celebrating on the mezzanine. Yeah, that was a very close bout. That was 14.3 to 15. Very good match between Tanner and Ryan there.
This stream brought to you by YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium, when you just cannot take another ad anymore.
All right, Cameron and Tanner. Tanner is definitely going to be trying to do his best here if he wants hope to medal.
We've got our first non-Thibaut
Whoa.
match.
Tanner getting a great toe touch in there. Oh, but Cameron responding with a really dominant overhead cut. Great tempo being set by both fencers.
Oh, good
Oh.
2 touches to the face from Tanner here.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, Tanner definitely has a long-reaching lunge when he wants it, and I think his opponents tend to underestimate it because he is shorter in stature.
And it's pretty evenly matched here on that front. Good void from Tanner.
Good exchanges. Unfortunately, our timer is
Oh.
not active.
Oh,
Oh, and a cut to the
from
leg.
Cameron. Yeah, that'll earn him some points for sure.
Good
Look at that
tempo.
foot. He's just prepped to lunge in. Oh,
Oh. And both of those touches came after the call for time, so they should be discounted.
Yeah. Given this is a rating system, though, I don't know how much that'll
That's
not
true.
influence the judges.
Hopefully the judges will not be influenced by those last 2 touches.
Yep. They are taking notes, so they should.
We will know if a doubles appears.
All right, we're taking a look at those last 2 touches that may or may not be counted in this replay here. You both defenders see that foot cocked, ready to just dive in.
Yeah.
Tanner denies him the chance to do that by closing so quick. All right, so we see the scores coming in. Tanner is higher rated by Judge A in efficacy, even in tactics, and higher rated in aesthetics, so he's starting with the advantage. Then we have Judge B coming in, rating Cameron higher in efficacy, even in tactics, and Cameron higher in aesthetics. So they're still pretty even right now. Judge C rating them equally in efficacy. They're literally neck and neck, same score. Waiting to see what these final few points coming in are. Judge C rating Tanner higher in tactics, giving a 1-point advantage, and 1 point higher in aesthetics. That is going to be a average score of 13.3 versus 14
yeah.
with Tanner advantage.
Yeah, Tanner has a 2-1 judge advantage right now.
And only one judge saw 1 double, so that is going to be the median double of 0. So no doubles scored yet this match.
I think I agree with that. I don't think I really saw any doubles exchanges there.
Very back and forth, very clean.
Oh, good touch, good reach.
Yep. Punishing that.
And another exchange for the same, but I think that might be our first double.
Yeah. Tanner needs to watch out for his head when he moves in.
Tanner also needs to not let Cameron set the pace of this fight. Oh, there's a good clean leg touch. Cameron, I think, is trying to score as many touches as he can early with dominance.
Yeah, Cameron definitely taking a more aggressive stance here, which
in the second half.
He does need to gain 0.7 on average.
Yeah, I think he might feel like he does. Ooh, nice whip.
Ooh.
Overhead.
We're getting a warning from the judge to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah,
this is very fair.
Yeah, I think Cameron knows he's a bit behind, so he's trying to make up with pressure.
Interesting, because the fighters do not actually know the score, so they're relying on their instincts.
But they can feel it.
I think sometimes we get fighters that think they're behind a lot and are just behind by like a fraction of a point, though. So we will see. Oh,
another clean head cut. I think Cameron is managed to pull this second half back.
Yeah, if Cameron keeps doing stuff like that, I think he can take this back.
Oh,
that was a beautiful.
I think it might have been a little passe, but he did follow up with that backhand cut. This is
excellent showing.
This is going to be another one that's going to cut right to the wire.
Judge A increasing efficacy or increasing aesthetics for Cameron, waiting on other adjustments coming in. Judge B increases efficacy for Cameron, increasing his lead in that area. Decreasing the tactics, though, of both fencers. So Cameron still has lead in that category. Increases aesthetics for Cameron, giving them the lead from that judge. And Judge C decreasing the efficacy score for Tanner. And
dropping
across
the
the
tactics
board
down quite heavily.
Yeah.
I think Cameron managed to pull that back in the second half.
Yeah, we have Cameron with an average score of 14.7 and Tanner with 12.7. Cameron takes the match.
Yeah, congratulations to
Got
Cameron.
it in the second half.
Yeah,
very well done.
Tanner with a really strong early showing, and Cameron just using some controlled aggression to really nail those head cuts.